welcome to tonight's Thursday Night Live. Hope you can all join me. Hi everyone, welcome to the live. It's Thursday. Yes, let me check. I am on in the group. Hi. Pop a comment in, let me know who's joining me. And yes, hi Val. Let me see. There. Right. Everything's live, set up. Hi, we've got Val. I'm waiting to see who else has commented. Hi Claire. Fab. Yay. Right, they're coming through now. Let's do us a card. Get us started. How y'all doing tonight? Pop in the comments, let me know. Val, have you officially retired yet? Is that official now? Please pop in if it is. Congratulations. Oh, we've got signs and reminders today. So it's all about looking around us and seeing what's coming into our auras, because often our guides, our angels, they're trying to give us signs all of the time. They're trying to direct you. They're trying to get you to where you need to be. And tonight's going to be a good one, because often we think that we're stuck, or we think we can't move forward, and sometimes that's a sign. The fact that you get that niggling feeling that, oh, something just doesn't feel good, or I'm not happy here, that is a sign in itself. That's your intuition kicking in to say, listen, open your eyes, something needs to change, something needs to move. We're trying to lead you somewhere. Try and look for those signs. And what I say is, do that a sign. You don't have to wait to notice something. You can ask for whatever you want. So you can ask for, yeah, that one come out for you as well. So Claire, this is your sign. So that's the thing. You've got to assign a sign. You don't have to wait and think, I don't know what I'm looking for, so what can I notice? If you're not seeing anything, ask for that sign. What is it that you would love to see? It might be that you say, right, guides, angels, show me sunflowers, or show me a butterfly, or show me something really random. So when we did the manifest a penny, that is all to get you in that way of thinking of, you can ask and the universe delivers. You can ask for that thing. The universe will bring it to you. So what is that sign? Hi, Christina. So really think about, what is the sign you need? What is it you need to see, and what do you want to see? And start asking for it, because the guides and the angels, they're coming thick and fast to give you guidance, to show you direction, to show you where to go. And sometimes we've just got to open our eyes to it, and we often don't want to listen as well. Hi Melanie. Oh Val, very nice, on leave now till the 10th of December, and then that is it. What a nice feeling. Amazing, congratulations. So who has been feeling stuck? I know through the Activate Challenge, there was a few people that was like, I just don't know what I'm meant to be doing, or I don't know that next step, or I don't know the how. And there was a few people that just were like, I know there's something bigger, but I just don't know what. I don't know what that is. So if that's you, put a hands up in the comments, let me know, because I used to be thinking all of the time, I was always searching, always looking. I was always looking outside myself thinking, there's something, I know what it is, my niggle's there, it's telling me, it's like coming up to say, come on, there's something there. But I just wasn't grabbing it. I didn't know what it was. Yeah, Claire's got her hand up. And I used to feel that constantly. I used to say as well, I just don't know what it is. So the first thing, if you are feeling stuck, you're feeling like you don't know that next step, you're feeling all that emotion and you're like, I just want to know, tell me. What you've got to do is often just stop saying you don't know. Our language is our biggest barrier. Now, we don't realise our language is literally, it's like a ritual, it's like a spell. We cast these spells all of the time. Hi, Paula. And we do it with our words. Our words are so powerful, and we've got to be conscious of what we're saying, not only out loud, but in our mind. So when we're saying things, it has an impact. If you tell yourself that you're not good enough over and over again, how does your body feel? Your body feels low, you start to feel depressed, you start to bring up those emotions because you're putting that energy with them words into your body. That's why we do affirmations, because putting them positive ones reinforces it, and your body changes, your whole aura changes from the language you use. So if you're saying that you can't find something, or you don't know the how, all of that is putting that out into the universe, and the universe is mirroring it back to you. So every time you say you don't know, you stop yourself from finding it. You stop yourself from clearly seeing that next step. So the best way to describe it is, have you ever lost something and you just can't see it, and you're saying, I can't find it, or I can't see it. So you might have something in the cupboard. I used this example when I was doing the podcast. So somebody asks you to get the salt from the cupboard. Now, if you ask your teenager to get the salt from the cupboard and they're in a mood and they don't want to go and get it, but you're telling them to go, they're just like, I can't see it, it's not there. And literally, you go to the cupboard and pick it out, and it's like, it's right in front of you. How can you not see that? And that'll have happened to us all. But because we go, I can't see it, your brain does that exact act. Your brain is so clever, it actually puts a stachoma, like a black spot, a blind spot over the thing that you are trying to see. So it doesn't matter how hard you look, you cannot see it because you've said you cannot see it. And someone could come in and pull it right in front of you and go, there it is. And you're like, yeah, there it is. And it is that clever. Because we've said them words, we cannot see it. So when we say we're stuck and we say we can't see the next step, what do we get? We can't see the next step. So we've got to change the language. We've got to switch the language up and start saying, the next step's coming. The next step is there. I'm open to seeing it. I'm open to opportunities. I'm open to possibilities. The next step's going to come and slap me in my face. My guides are bringing it. Whatever feels good for you is what you start to say. But every time you find yourself saying, I can't see it, I don't know the how, clear, cancel, release, and go, I am open to opportunities. And believe me, you will start to see these signs coming through. These signs and reminders will be kicking in thick and fast. So if you're seeing sequential numbers, you're seeing different things, they are guides. That's your next step. Follow it, lean into it. Something that makes you happy, lean into it, follow it. Something that feels good but you don't know why, go for it. That is your next step. The problem is our brain kicks in and goes, oh, I don't think it's that. So does that make sense to anyone, or do I need to stop putting that out there? Yeah, you do, Christina. You always say you don't know the how. And like we've had a conversation today, we're not meant to know the how. So the how for us is we want to know end result. As humans, we want to be certain of where this is going to take us. Whatever that next step is, we need to know what it's going to look like ultimately in the end, because we have this real need for certainty. Ingrained into us, we have this need for certainty because it links right back to prehistoric times when we think if we were certain on how we could get out of a situation, we would be safe. If we had security around us, if we had a shelter, if we had food, we would be able to live. That is how ingrained it is into us. So our need for certainty comes from back in the day where we would have been eaten by lions. And that isn't happening anymore. So we don't need to rely on that. But in our minds, we're constantly looking for this certainty. We're craving it, we're needing it, we feel it, it makes us secure. That is our life or death situation. That is our security blanket. So we are constantly wanting that certainty. But the thing is, if your guides and your angels brought you the end piece and told you where you're going to be at the very end of it all, you would be petrified now, because it could be so far out your comfort zone, you maybe wouldn't know. But the problem is, well, not the problem, the thing is, on the journey of getting there, you get acclimatized to it. It becomes the new you. It's just natural. Whereas if you looked at yourself, if you were going to leap now into where you're meant to be in 5 years' time, you wouldn't be ready yet. You've got things to learn along the way. So stop needing to know the end goal. All you need to know is the next step, and that's going to open the door to the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. It's like a ladder. We don't need to see all the runs to know that they're there. We just need to start walking up. So I hope that one makes sense. And just to put a bit of context into that, so I used to I never ever had any inclination to start a business. At one point I was self-employed, and it was because it was the only way to get into this big company that I work in now. And I hated it. I was scared. I thought I was always going to lose my job. I just didn't like not having that security. They could get rid of me in a week, and it used to petrify me. The money was amazing, but I still had this fear. I needed this secure job. I needed this security. And if I looked at me now, thinking I want to leave that secure job, I want to, go on doing all of this, standing on stages, being on Facebook Lives, all of that stuff. Me back then, I used to look at my sister. She would do Facebook Lives for her body shop, and I used to think, God, is she mad? Putting herself out there on Facebook Lives. That's so scary. So if somebody had showed me what I was doing then now, I would have walked another path. I would have gone, well, that's not for me. But things have happened, and I'd followed the next step and the next step and the next step. And even just the first step in that was just going to a spiritual development class. That was it. It was a hobby. It was a weekly meditation class. And that opened so many doors. It is unreal. So you really do not need to know that next, the whole big step. So just, you're not stuck. You're just looking for too much of the information. So does that make sense? Are you all with me here? Are you feeling like you've maybe been jumping too many steps ahead? Put an emoji in if that's you, a thumbs up or something that is telling me yes, oh my God, I've been diving far too far. And if you're watching the replay, pop that in as well. So if that's you, if it's you with the language and you constantly shutting yourself down with the language, put a 1. If you're trying to jump far too many steps ahead, put a 2. Let me see where you're at. And stop. I don't know whether you're all being quiet or the comments are taking a while. Sometimes you do all get a little bit shy. Oh, here. Yes, it happened to me. It's happened in the time it needed to happen. Yes, Christina. Oh, I don't know what yours is, Christina, but it's a nice emoji. I like that. 1 and 2. Claire's a 1. Yeah. So, yeah, definitely language. Try and stop yourself. Use the clear, cancel, release. That is amazing for anything. If you say anything negative to yourself, if you say you're stuck. Hi, Roz. My Auntie Roz is on. Yes. Must be late over there, but nice to see you. So clear, cancel, release, just wipes it out. It's amazing. So if you're saying you're stuck, you're saying you can't, you're saying you don't know, clear, cancel, release. I am open to opportunities and see what comes. The next bit is, like I've said, the next step. You might be feeling into the next step. You might think, yeah, that feels good. It's just something that lights me up. It fills me with joy. I'm going to do that. But actually you don't know where it's leading you. That's the big thing. So that's one that stops you moving forward. The next one is where you might know the next step. You might know what feels good. You might know what lights you up. But actually it doesn't seem to make any sense. It's something completely different, something unusual, something that you just cannot see how that could ever lead to what you've asked for. So you maybe discount it. You might think, no, that's too crazy. Like, why would I want to do that? And, you know, that was something for me. I had this vision of, you know, being on stages, and it was like, right, that is my end goal. And I think my guides were like, right, she really needs that end picture, just flash her something up, and that was it. And they were like, this is you. So I just followed that, but then I started to question how that was going to happen. So at the time, I was really into learning about my tarot and learning all the other stuff. But I actually parked that because I thought, well, this is where I need to be. This is a business. That isn't going to make me a business. And logically, I was like trying to control it, trying to control the outcome, because I was like, well, I'm not going to make money off that. So I need to focus. I need to find what's going to make me money. And that was my ego talking. That was my ego kicking in, going, this isn't logical, Rachel. This cannot be logical. You can't follow that path. And my ego was just trying to keep me where I was meant to be, keep me small. And really, I needed to follow that path to understand the bigger picture. And actually, that is a huge part of my business. Reading cards is a massive part of what I do. It's not everything that I do, but it's a huge part of me and one of my many gifts. So it's amazing that I do that, and it is part of my business. So it's crazy when you think, don't follow something because it seems illogical. It's often the most illogical things that end up being a massive part of what you do. So really, don't stop yourself by trying to be too clever. It kept me stuck for a long, long time, that one. Just trying to be too clever and overthinking things. And at the time I thought I was being clever, but actually my ego was getting a good grip of me, going, you're going a bit fast here, just come back, stay in your little comfort zone. So does that make sense to anybody? Has anybody been in that situation when you thought, oh, this is really fun, I'd love to do this and it feels right, but actually, how's that going to get me to where I want to be? Pop that one in. Because often it's so obvious, the next step. We just haven't been taught to follow things. So we end up saying we're stuck because we're really taught to follow logic. We've thought, you know, follow reason, follow the normal way of living. And actually, that's why we get ourselves stuck, because the big thing to follow your actual path that you're meant to be on is what lights you up, what brings you joy. And it's not about getting hung up on what makes me happy, bigger picture. It's just feeling into it. Is this going to make me happy? Is it going to bring me a bit of joy? Even if it brings you a bit of joy for half an hour, then it's the right thing. You know, we've got to just lean into that a bit more and see actually what makes me feel good. So anybody relating to that? Is your logical mind, and Christina, I know yours does all the time, does your logical mind trip you up and keep you stuck and keep you in that place? I'm just checking over. Yeah, sounds like you're really surrendering, Paula, so that's good. I'm loving it. Clear, cancel, release. Yeah. So anything like that, it is our ego. Our ego loves to keep us where we are. Now, your ego kicks in so many different ways. So this 99% of the time, yeah. You know, we've obviously in here, I've been doing the launch, I've been launching a new course, Unleash, which started yesterday, which I'm super excited about. And there's been all sorts of exciting things happening. I'm writing a chapter in a book, which is amazing. So there's been loads and loads of good things happening. But all when that happens, everything kicks off at work, doesn't it? Everything gets super, super busy to the point where it's stuff I absolutely love, because I'm a coach in my day job as well. So, you know, I get the best of both worlds. It's amazing. But it is busy as hell. Like literally, I can't fit any meetings in. I've got meetings in for 4 weeks. It's crazy. It's gone mental. And I sat back and I was absolutely exhausted the other night, and I thought, what is going on? Like, why is this kicked off? Why has suddenly my calendar went from 0 to hero in like that amount of time? And I just thought, the ego. So with everything with the business, with putting myself out there, writing a chapter, doing something new, doing something courageous, which is what you'll find when you start to be courageous, you start to put yourself out there, you start to change things. This is when the ego kicks in. Now, the ego is your comfort zone. It's the place that you live most of the time, the bit that you don't stretch out of, the bit that's used to it, the bit that does make you feel stuck. That is when you'll find things start to change. Either something, if you're stretching yourself and moving out your comfort zone, something will happen to try and pull you back. And what we've got to do is just acknowledge what it is. Often we think, oh, why is this happening to me at the worst possible time? Which was my initial reaction. Why am I so busy at this time? Could it not have been another time? But it would never have been another time, because this is me up leveling, this is me stretching. So you've got to realise when this stuff kicks in, it comes in actually as a sign. So when your ego kicks in, it's a massive sign to say you're up leveling, you're going to that next stage. Just embrace it, just roll with it, just let it be, and you will be fine. So don't let things knock you off your course as well. You might have felt like I've really started moving forward, and then old habits start to kick in, or something starts to kick in. Just don't let it faze you. Just keep on moving, and take that as a sign that you are on the right track. Because sometimes we can let ourselves get stuck by that. Yes, it does, but I always check with the niggle and my intuition. Love it. Paula, definitely keep using that intuition. It is the key to everything. So has anybody found that where they've moved and they've tried something new and they've put themselves out there, and then suddenly they're hit with like a ton of bricks? They'll have, car trouble or something happens, and you think, what is this? And it is just that. It's amazing how it shows up externally. You'd think your ego was internal, which it often is. It can make you feel low, it can make you feel tired, it can, we can have these ascension symptoms. Because often when you're doing things and you're following your right path, your soul is actually growing more than your body does. So your soul energy goes higher and it gets up to this point, it reaches to your next level, and then your energy body, your actual body energy, takes a bit longer to get there, and it can feel uncomfortable. It can feel like, oh, I'm stretching, I'm tired, I'm drained, I've got no energy, and it's just to get you to that next stage. So sometimes we've just got to bear with it and not just think, oh, this is the worst thing that's happening. It's actually the best thing that's happening, because it means that we're stretching, we're moving forward, we're moving up. So they are massive signs that you're moving forward, even when you might not think that you are. So has anybody had that? Have you felt that energy? Have you come across that? Have you thought everything's going amazing, and then suddenly something bad happens out the blue and it knocks you back, and you're just like, oh, what is that? Because that is how the ego shows up. We get to that point, and it's down to us to keep on moving, just to keep thinking it's just that, it's fine, it's just us stretching, it's us moving through. So please just pop any comments in, let me know. And just to go back to this card, thinking of how you assign a sign, I don't know whether anyone has done this before or you've followed me when I've talked about doing it, but it is super simple if you don't know how. So the signs all around us, literally everywhere. People will say things, people will mention something to you, you'll see things on Facebook, you'll see things on Instagram, you'll see the same quote over and over again. Whatever it is, they are signs. They're all for you, they're all meant to be. But sometimes we miss them because we're too in our heads, we're too busy thinking about things. So the best way, if you're missing your signs, is to assign one. And all you have to do is mentally call in your angels, call in your guides, and think of something that is gonna ring true for you. So think of something that means something for you. So for me, I assigned a sign a long time ago to say my manifestations, the big things I'm manifesting, because they're a long way off, I needed something to keep the momentum going, to keep me knowing that all the magic is happening behind the scenes. So I assigned the number 13. That is my assign the sign for that one. And I asked to see the number 13 when I was worrying, to see it if I was doubting, to see if I just needed that boost. And literally after I did that, I seen it everywhere. It's everywhere now. And it's been a bit of a motto of the group as well. People know that's my number and pop it in. And as well, it's Susan's number, who has just joined the it's a crazy story actually. Susan won the scholarship for the last round of Find Your Inner Magic. Her number in the draw was number 13, and that's her lucky number. Now this time Susan won the scholarship again, a full scholarship for the second time, and this time her number was number 26. So it just shows there is signs in all of this. So think of what is a really nice one for you, and as well think of, you can assign a sign to a loved one as well. So I have a sign for my granddad for when he's around, and I get messages through that. So every time I see that sign, I know he's there. So his sign is a pink rose. So every time I see a pink rose, I know he's there. And even on my birthday, this is no word of a lie, I was driving down the road and suddenly there was a huge pink rose bush, and I thought, oh, thank you, Grandad, that's so nice, coming to say happy birthday to me. The next thing, I passed a car and the car registration said Leo. Now my granddad was called Jimmy Leo. So you just cannot write this stuff. It really is. It blows your mind. Once you start to see the signs and the whispers from the universe, you will always be able to tell whether you're stuck or not, because they will give you the signs. So this is why I always get people to connect in with their intuition and the energy of something bigger than us, because it's not bigger than us, it's all inside of us, but it is there for us to tap into. So Paula's obviously you've got your own oracle cards and everything, so you're totally on this, but I know most people in this group get this stuff, so it's amazing. But honestly, tapping into the universe and the energy will help you feel unstuck as well. So please don't underestimate how powerful that is, and it does just open your eyes. It is incredible. Someone else come to me, my dog walker come to me today and started telling me about the Manifest a Penny challenge and how she got a penny, and how it was crazy what it was. It was another sign. It was just such a lovely sign. But start opening up to these, because we're getting this card coming through thick and fast. Claire, you've had it twice now. So we need to start listening and adopting this, because the guides are trying to get through to us. The first set goes to press yes. So Paula's gonna have her oracle cards out soon. That'll be amazing. Paula, when they're out, post them in the group, because I want a set and we will have to get them going. That will be amazing. And eventually that's something I'm gonna do. I cannot wait. I keep dipping in and out of it, but the time will be right when I know exactly what they're gonna be. So I know there's a few of you feeling stuck, or feeling, just don't know how to move forward, or don't know that bigger picture. Since Activate, has anybody had any bigger ahas, any big dreams, any big visions that they're stepping into or moving through? Val is retiring, so that one's amazing. But I'd love to know, what are them next big dreams that you have, if you are suddenly, they're coming to you and you're thinking, oh, is this right? Is that for me? So anybody got them? Paula, obviously, oracle cards out. But what's your big vision? Where is that going? Do you know what it is? Let me know. whilst you're all answering that, and even if you haven't got an idea yet, just say in the chat, I am open to my big dream coming. Because even saying that, putting that out into the world, remember your words are spells, putting that out into here opens them doors to the universe. It says to the universe, you are ready to know. You are ready to know what that is. I've figured out, oh, Fab, Paula, we need to speak because the journals are well on my list. So yeah, we definitely need to speak. And the next card that's come out for tonight is take a step back. So it might be a bit of time just to reflect, just to think, just to let everything digest, because it might be that there's something big that just needs to come through, but you need to get out your head and into your heart. I am open to my big dream coming. Yes, Claire, and definitely I think this is a card that is speaking to you then. Just don't stress about it. Let it come through. Let it grow. Lean into what your heart's saying and stop trying to think of it in your head. Our head never knows the answer. We're brought up to think your head knows everything. You've got to be logical. You've got to be this. You've got to be that. We don't. The head knows nothing. It's always your gut. It's always your intuition. So maybe just take a step back and see what comes. And it's time to follow the signs and the reminders and assign one. And then just take a step back and see what comes, because it will. It really will. And just remember to keep saying, it's coming. It's coming. It's nearly here. It's you know, it's there for me. The big step is there. The big dream is there. I know it's coming. I'm open to seeing it. I am open to the signs. And just keep opening yourself up that way. And it is incredible. It happens so fast once you are open to receiving rather than closing yourself off. If you imagine it's like, you know, you've got a waterfall. By you saying you are open, you've got this free flowing water. It's all coming. All this abundance is coming. All this love is coming. As soon as you start to say, I can't, I don't know, suddenly there's rocks forming at the top of the waterfall, the top of the cliff, and there's like a little trickle coming down, and that's all. We never stop the flow, so they will always be trying to get in touch with you. Your intuition will always be trying to get your attention, and that's your niggle, that's your, oh, there's an ache, there's a feeling. But sometimes we're just blocking the water flowing. So just let it come, let it flow, and see what's there. Does that help everybody when it comes to feeling stuck? And I know there'll be a few people watching the replay that might be feeling it, so please comment, let me know. I need to rewatch the videos of the cards next week. Sure, my second card was that one. No way. Oh, that would be amazing. Well, Claire, this is, you know, take notice. This is massively your sign. Like, this stuff does not just happen. Like, these cards, there is a whole deck here. You know, how many's in this one? I think there's like 52 cards in this deck. Let me see. 44 cards in this deck. And I shuffle them. You all see me shuffle them. So there is literally all these opportunities for these cards to be coming out. But suddenly, the two that you've already seen are the ones that are coming out tonight. So think of like how many times that could happen. I shuffle these. I use these cards through the week. They're not like just sat there. They're all shuffled. They're all like, yeah. The chances of them two, they are a sign in itself. So that's another thing as well. When we do cards, or you have cards yourself, often you think, oh, that message can't be coming out again. I must not have shuffled it right. It can't be that card again. But it is. It's just a huge message for you. So when you're getting the same card twice, take note. The cards know what you need to hear. They really do. So if anybody hasn't got an oracle deck or hasn't got a pack of cards, even an affirmation deck, oh my God, get yourself some cards. Really, they are incredible. They're good for anybody starting out. They're good for anybody who is a pro. I use my cards every single day because otherwise we are in our head, we don't get the message, we don't get the sign, and this is why we need cards in our life, or some tool that just gets you out of your head and in your heart. That is what we need. Yeah, so rewatch that one, Claire. And the Activate Lives are still in the group. Melanie's saying, once I pulled the same card from 3 different decks within a week. Yeah, honestly, you cannot write this stuff. I've been working intentionally with the universe through manifesting for, God, how long now? About 3-4 years, and my mind is still blown daily. Like, the universe surprises me every single day. I used to live my life craving magic. I was so obsessed. I used to think there's got to be something magical. I used to imagine, there must be like fairies, there must be something bigger. Like, always thinking having like that big imagination. Nobody's Val, see you later. And I used to think, there's got to be some magic in this life. Everything just seems too dull. And once you start opening up to manifesting and the universe, believe me, it blows your mind. There is magic everywhere. So just make sure you're tapping into it and you're understanding how big it is and how limitless it is. So that's where I'm saying you really don't need to know the big picture how, because if you knew that today and you weren't ready for it, it would scare the hell out of you. So you will acclimatise yourself to anywhere that you need to be. So you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to worry about the future. You will get yourself ready for everything that's coming. You will always be prepared and you will always have enough. So all you have to do is follow that next step that feels good. Then the next one will appear, then the next one, then the next one. Each door will open along the way. So just trust your path. Even up to now, when you're feeling stuck, you are in exactly the right place that you need to be. Whether it's hearing what I've had to say tonight, whether it's coming to this group, it is all meant to be like this. You are meant to be here. You are meant to be hearing these messages. So just believe that and know that it's for something bigger. So just stop worrying, stop doubting. It's all coming together. You are exactly where you're meant to be. And even if that's just you taking a bit of a pause and taking a bit of reflection time, that's okay. Who says we're meant to be in a different place? Who says we're meant to be fast? No one. We're working to our own time scales. They don't have to be fast. They don't have to be in line with anyone else. So just let all that go. And as soon as you start to let all that go and take the pressure off, you'll see everything start flowing in. So just remember, it's all about the flow. So please try them tips that I've said tonight and see how much. And please pop in the group if you get any signs. I want to see them, or tell me about them. Pop anything you see that I absolutely love an inspirational quote. So get my group bombarded with quotes. I want to see as many as possible. I want to see amazing things that just light my day up every time I come in this group. So sometimes I get bored of seeing my own posts, so just go in and pop your posts in. Do not be shy. Spread the love in this group, because we had some amazing energy in here last week. There's so much love in this group. You guys are amazing, and I just want to thank you all so much. But keep the momentum going. Let's keep that good energy going, because this group is your area just to get that good vibe up. So imagine you posting one thing a day or one thing every other day is gonna make someone else smile. Probably me. It definitely will be me. But imagine how many people you could impact or make happy or just cheer up that day. Or it might be that you post something and someone else needed that because that is their sign. So please make sure that you don't hold back. If you see something positive, pop it in this group. That's where it belongs. So imagine that is someone else's sign they need to see. So please pop some posts in, pop some good love in, some energy, and let's have some fun this week sharing those signs and seeing what comes. So does that help everyone? Has that been a good one tonight? We'll keep up these Thursday night lives every week. They'll follow on with the theme from the podcasts. I don't really overplan my podcasts. I like them to be quite intuitive, so they tend to be what people need to hear that week, which is what I love. But if any topics you need me to talk on, anything you'd want me to talk on, let me know, because I can cover that as well. You know, there's often things that, you know, people maybe need to hear, so just pop them in and I will try and see how I work that out. All right, well, I will let you all go to enjoy your evening or your afternoon or your morning, whatever it is for you, and I will catch you next week. All right, see you then. Bye.